Hello guys, today we're gonna be looking at a scenario. What if Germany formed an empire? Germany had three empires. It's very noticeable. The first empire was the Holy Roman Empire, which was not holy, not Roman or an empire, but we still call it that. Um, I actually don't know why. I kind of have to look more into that. The second empire was the German Reich. It had um, part of Poland, Alsace-Lorraine, part of Denmark, colonies in Africa. Yeah, and the Third Reich, that was, of course, Nazi Germany. That's some parts of France, the Benelux. Also later invaded into Russia and had some stuff there. So today we're gonna be making the Fourth Reich, but this time it's not gonna be fascist or anything. It's just gonna be a normal scenario, and we'll be seeing how it goes. So we will of course begin with coloring Germany red, and anyone that Germany attacks is gonna be blue. Also in this video there's no NATO, no EU, no UN, no CSTO, no African, nothing. Just a no world alliances except some defensive pacts I account for. So yeah. The most realistic invasion of Germany, what they would, if this would actually happen, that's kind of impossible since the NATO exists, but this scenario doesn't. They would definitely probably go after Austria, and if they go after Austria, they would win very quickly. I can tell you that. Austria, they have mountains to protect them, but all the valuable areas are like over here. That is still kind of hilly, but nowhere near enough to stop the German army. So yeah, they push slowly towards Vienna. They capture it, and a little bit more here. And the rest of Austria just mountains, so they surrender. Um, in this peace treaty, we will see full annexation. This because if Germany only took like the valuable parts, Austria would not exist as a country since the mountains have like no people. So yeah, this kind of looks familiar, but again, we're not gonna be doing that. We're gonna be focusing on maybe other things, and yeah. So for now, Germany kind of builds up their military since Austria is pretty weak, but they have some decently sized like Czechia and the Netherlands around them. Some weaker like Belgium and Luxembourg and Slovenia um, and Slovakia. Hungary is decent. Switzerland is kind of impossible to invade. France is strong. Poland is strong. Denmark is pretty weak. So they kind of need to like um, build the military a little bit. And after a few months of hiring some advisors from the USA and other, they are gonna be ready to declare war on the Netherlands. Even though it looks very small, the Netherlands is a very densely populated and a pretty decently strong country. That does not like make the fact that Germany is a lot more stronger, and Germany would definitely roll over the Netherlands in a war. Since yeah, they are not. The Dutch are like decently strong, but against Germany they are almost nothing. Um, Germany bombards the capital and Rotterdam. They capture Rotterdam. They meet up with the North Sea, of course, which is well, this is gonna be a lot shorter than just this. So that's also one of the reasons they do it. The Dutch have one of the biggest ports in the world, in Rotterdam, and they are very important from chip and other stuff. So yeah, Germany takes over uh, Zealand, and they slowly go towards the capital until they reach the capital. They siege it, bombard it, and they take it. So the Dutch just got rolled over in around like 6 weeks. Probably not 6 weeks, probably like 4 weeks or something. So yeah, the Dutch just didn't really stand a chance against Germany. So they will also get fully annexed. Um, so as you see, Germany has expanded their country or empire a little bit. They now have important ports in the Dutch, and they have Vienna, I guess, for like your cultural stuff. Um, they are basically now gonna declare war on Slovenia, but Croatia is gonna say no to that because Croatia is pretty good friends with Slovenia, and yeah, what basically happens is is becoming a Balkan war. Um, with Serbia declaring war on Croatia, Albania would join. Bosnia would go into civil war. With this, probably Romania would join the red team, or maybe Greece. Let's just do Greece since Romania is like uh, they are kind of like yeah in neutral. And I know that Greece has good relations with with Serbia, and they also don't are a fan of Albania and Macedonia. They also don't recognize Kosovo. So yeah, with that the war can begin. One side is way stronger than the other. That's because Greece is a decently sized military, like top 10 in Europe, and Germany is making an empire. So yeah, Serbia is gonna slowly move the Kosovo. Greece is gonna move into Albania and a little bit into Northern Macedonia. Um, yeah, Germany is just gonna blitz through Slovenia. Slovenia was not prepared for a war. Croatia was a little bit, but still not at this scale. Um, Serbia gets a little bit invaded since Croatia has some armies there. Bosnia, they go into civil war. So yeah, that's just the Serbs, I think, that are rebelling. After a few days, though, this incursion into Serbia is gonna get eradicated, and they're gonna link up with the Republic Srpska to try to hopefully unite the Serbs in Bosnia and just to weaken the Croats. They take over all of Kosovo, and the Greeks are able to go into Albania. With this, Albania will probably surrender, and Macedonia just gets walked over. Macedonia is a pretty weak country. Um, sorry, North Macedonia gets walked over. Sorry for the Greeks there. Um, Bosnia falls. Germany takes Zagreb, and Croatia surrenders. Let's look at the peace treaty. As you can see here, Germany just took over. As you can look at this peace treaty, a lot happened. Albania lost a little bit of land to Greece. They do still exist though. Kosovo got fully annexed by Serbia. North Macedonia gets fully annexed by Greece. Um, Serbia takes a little bit of land from Croatia, and they take Republic Srpska plus a little bit land more from Bosnia and Croatia to get access to the Adriatic Sea. Germany takes Slovenia and a little bit of land of Croatia to get better access to the Adriatic Sea also. And Croatia and Bosnia just get smashed into one horrible ethnic state. Um, the borders look very bad, but it would even look worse if Bosnia had their independence. So we just gotta work with it for now. After Germany now can import from east, like from China and India, much easier through their southern ports now. Um, they get some more money, and with that more money, they get more chance to build their military, which they declare war on Czechia. What do we know about Czechia? Well, Czechia loves beer, of course, and they're also pretty good friends with Poland, which this is an actually interesting mashup since recently, like I think it was in 2023 that Poland was actually a better military than Germany, but since Germany recently tried to like get their military better and back up, Germany's military has been a lot better, and Germany now also got a buff for this video. So they are probably stronger than Poland and Czechia together. So well, even that Germany is stronger, Poland would probably get a jump on Germany since they didn't know they were getting attacked. So in the first couple of weeks, Germany slowly moves into Czechia, and they just kind of cover the Sudetenland, except for here, then here, of course. Poland actually, they move into Germany and come very close to the capital, but there's some the National Guard is there. Um, so yeah, with now they have to refocus. They're gonna move some troops out of Czechia, and this is gonna happen. The Czechia is gonna push back a little bit, but Germany is gonna push back Poland very easily since they've better technology because they worked on their technology and they've a larger military since they have more population and more nationalistic people wanting to fight for them. But now that Germany got a lot more troops and a lot more tech, Germany is pushing into Poland with a interesting strategy. They're kind of spearheading towards Warsaw, even though it's pretty far. So yeah, they also re-push into Czechia, and they make a plan to cut off Czechia, well, the capital Prague from the rest of Czechia and Poland, which with some tank divisions is able to happen, and Prague and the surrounding areas are encircled. With this, Germany is gonna slowly capture or kill people. They get sent back to Germany in prison camps for prisoners of wars, and they take Prague. For now, it doesn't look as good as Poland until somebody joins the war on the side of Poland. It's actually the French. The French do not want this to happen again since Poland got invaded by Germany multiple times and they don't want it to happen again. But with France, a kind of like rival of France, and not rival, but they're pretty friendly in real life, kind of rival militarily and geography. Italy. Well, this makes sense since Italy and Germany have pretty good relations, and Italy is also kind of like they want Corsica, of course. Like they kind of want that since it's kind of in their area. So they're gonna try to take that and maybe some like coastal, like bordering areas. Um, even though Italy joins, France is still gonna get the jump on them, and they are gonna capture the Saarland. They're gonna move through further until they reach over to Austria, which is already pretty far for the first couple of days. They're gonna move towards Frankfurt. I should probably put that on a map next time. Um, yeah, so in the first couple of days, France gets a lot of movement. Italy also makes a landing in Corsica, two actually, one from the north and one from the south. They're gonna hold like a naval blockade on Corsica, so they can easily invade it. There's probably not gonna be much front lines happening here since these are the Alps. That's gonna be pretty hard. Um, with also with France invading, Germany has to kind of retreat on the eastern front line a little bit. They're gonna keep some eastern territories to defend Berlin, and they're gonna push back France. They they push them away from Frankfurt. They make an encirclement here near Switzerland, and the people and the soldiers just um, going to Switzerland to secretly, even though Switzerland is neutral, they secretly make them back to France since they don't really like German expansion so much. Like one, two, three, four countries, and one of them is on the border, and one of them is close. So yeah, Switzerland doesn't really like that, even though they're neutral. Um, yeah, Italy is gonna push into eastern France now since they have finally taken over Corsica, and they can now make some naval land, well, not naval landings, but some invasions into like on the coast, since this area is pretty mountainous, except for on the coast. So they still have to like follow the coast with naval support, of course. Without naval support, they that would just happen, and this would be back France again. Um, so yeah, they're pushing a little bit into the mountains, not too much. Um, also a little bit up north here. Germany is able to push back France since France is sending more troops to deal with Italy and their naval, of course. Um, they're almost pushed out all the way from Germany, and only a few incursions are still left. What happened in the meanwhile is still that um, Poland has been making excellent strides to free Czechia, and they actually recaptured the capital of Prague. Um, Germany also finally pushes out the French out of the territory, and they're gonna set a defensive on the border. They're just gonna let in France and Italy 1v1. It's not gonna go too good for Italy, but yeah, Germany doesn't want anything of that now. So yeah, France, of course, with more and more troops becoming here, of course, gonna push back. It's gonna happen slowly though. And Germany is gonna use their navy to make a naval landing over here. The German navy isn't notorious for being good, but I'm pretty sure it's better than what the Polish have. Also, the Germans are able to recapture Prague again, and these guys are afraid of being encircled, so they retreat a lot, and until there is one massive front line here. This naval invasion gets pushed back a lot, and Germany does try to save it to invade the north, but they do get fully pushed back. Um, Italy is still getting pushed back, and at this point it's kind of like a stalemate. Germany cannot beat Poland and Czechia, with still some French troops are here. France can probably take some little bit of land from Italy, but not too much. So there probably needs to be a country helping here, the red team. It's gonna be Belarus. Belarus doesn't really like Germany or Italy that much, but they do hate Poland way more than they hate Germany and Italy. So they're gonna join just for the sake of getting rid of Poland, and they're getting support of Moscow, Russia. So with this two-front war happening for Poland again, um, this is not gonna end too well for Poland, since Belarus is a decently sized military, um, and Poland will probably defend this more than they would do with the western part, since these two major cities, Krakow and Warsaw, Warsaw is the capital, they're gonna definitely defend that more than they would in any of these western regions, because you want to keep the capital because your government is there. Which means Germany is going to be able to push into Western Poland a lot easier. This also means that there are going to be troops retreating in Czechia, and Germany is able to make an encirclement here in Czechia. It's kind of stalemate on these fronts. Germany does try to make an little incursion, but it kind of fails. and they just go more east. Poland's economy is on a downward trend. Belarus is also making advances, and this is just very bad. It's so bad that even Czechia sees no way out and they just surrender. With that, Germany kind of has a lot easier without. They have a lot easier time to invade Poland without finding a Czech army, and they reach over to Krakow. They do not take it since they get encircled just outside the city. After a few months of fighting in this encirclement, they surrender. But when the same encirclement is happening, a spearhead towards Warsaw is beginning to form. And it so happens that Belarus is having a lot of Russian volunteers, and Belarus is on the outskirts of Warsaw. With this happening, Poland has to focus entirely, not entirely, but a lot on this front, since they don't want to lose their capital. Because if you lose your capital, most of the time your government is gonna kind of collapse. Germany is now making better strides to invade Poland in the south and not actually in the north. They do make some battle plans for the north, but don't actually focus really on it. And on May 1st, 2029, the Germans capture Warsaw. With this, the Polish government is gonna retreat back to Warsaw, Krakow, but I mean, and a few months later, it gets captured, and the government is on trial, and yeah, Poland basically surrenders. With this, they now need to occupy Poland and can send some more troops back down to France, but it's not gonna be very successful since Italy is kind of getting invaded, and yeah. They do take over Alsace-Lorraine until a peace treaty happens, and France and Italy are just gonna like. Italy takes Corsica, and yeah, France got some minor lands on the border. That would be a horrible trade for the French, but the French don't really have a choice since a truce on the war would not go well for the French. I'll tell you that much. So I see you guys when I'm at the peace treaty. So as you look at this peace treaty, some stuff happened. Um, Yeah, Germany took over West Czechia and West Poland, and some familiar shapes are back. Um, yeah, so Germany just takes over the World War One borders in Poland. They take over some. They would take the west of Czechia. They give the rest over to Slovakia because um, Czechia would not be functioning as a country if they were looking like this. Belarus takes a little of land to connect with connect with Kaliningrad. It's you can barely see it, but it's kind of connected with like a couple miles. Um, Germany takes the Alsace-Lorraine, or how you even spell it. Italy loses some border territories, but they do gain all of Corsica. Um, so yeah, France of course lost the war. Um, Lastly, what's gonna happen is Germany is gonna declare war on some minor countries that are not that strong. They're just gonna declare war on Belgium, Luxembourg, and Denmark. Um, so yeah, we'll just see them kind of get rolled over. This is nowhere close as strong as the coalition that just formed with Poland and France that they also just lost. So this blue team will be a lot weaker than the other blue team, and the other blue team lost, so this blue team will also lose. So yeah, Belgium and Denmark were the only like decently strong. They still got rolled over though. Denmark got rolled over in 6 hours. Belgium got rolled over in a day. So let's look at this peace treaty. So as you see, the peace treaty is just gonna be for annexation. Um, yeah, Germany expanded a lot. They invaded a lot of countries, and they are kind of looking like the Holy Roman Empire, but um, without some Italian lands and a little bit too much over here. But yeah, they kind of remade the Holy Roman Empire. They are probably top 7 in the world in military. Definitely stronger than the French, stronger. I don't know about stronger than British. They're probably stronger than like Turkey. Um, of course, Pakistan, Japan, they're stronger than them. Yeah, they're probably like 6 or 8th strongest. Yeah, 6 or 8th strongest. And that number in between. Um, yeah, so Germany made a pretty strong empire. This was the video though, and I don't really have that much time left, so I gotta stop recording for now. So this was a fun video to make for me. Germany expanded a lot. They invaded, of course, Austria, Slovenia, Croatia, all of this. So see you guys in the next video. See ya.